Hey there, folks. Picture this. A shiny car dealership in downtown Raleigh, all glass and chrome. The kind of place that screams money and status, where the air smells like leather and ambition, and in the middle of it all, a woman named Maya Thompson stands frozen, watching a smug manager named Greg Larson hold a lighter to her $90,000 check, letting it burn to ashes right in front of a showroom full of gawking customers. You heard that right, burned her check, called it fake, and told her to get out before he called the cops. That moment, that gut punch of humiliation, wasn't just a bad day, it was the spark that set off a firestorm, one that would turn Maya's life, and a whole lot of others, upside down. Let me take you back to that afternoon, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. It's a warm Tuesday, the kind where the sun makes everything look a little too perfect, and Maya walks into Elite Wheels, this high-end dealership she's been eyeing for weeks. She's 35, sharp as a tack, rocking a tailored blazer and a quiet kind of confidence that comes from years of proving herself. See, Maya's the new regional director for Pinnacle Auto Group, a big-shot title she earned through grit, late nights, and a master's degree her mom, Clara, worked double shifts as a teacher to help pay for. Maya's there to buy a sleek, midnight blue sedan, a tribute to her mom, who loved cars and always dreamed of owning something that purred like a dream. Clara's been gone 2 years now, but Maya can still hear her voice. Hold your head high. Babathy'll see you one day, and they'll have to crane their necks to do it. So Maya steps in, her briefcase slung over her shoulder, diamond studs glinting from her mom's last birthday gift, and she waits. And waits. 5 minutes, then 7, standing by a glossy car while salespeople glance her way and then look right through her, like she's part of the furniture. You know that feeling, right? That slow burn in your chest when you realize you're invisible, not because you're not there, but because they've already decided you don't belong. Maya's used to it, has danced this dance before, but it still stings, that dull ache of knowing what's coming. She could walk out, make a scene, but Maya's learned that making noise as a black woman gets you labeled, dismissed, forgotten. So she waits, her mom's silver watch ticking on her wrist, a reminder of Clara's unbreakable pride. Then, out of the corner of her eye, she spots someone approaching. James Carter, a black salesman in his early 40s, his burgundy tie crisp, his steps careful, like he's navigating a minefield. His name tag says Senior Sales Consultant, but his eyes carry that cautious hope Maya knows too well, the kind that's been bruised but keeps showing up. "Good afternoon, ma'am," he says, voice warm but professional. "Sorry for the wait, how can I help you today?" Maya feels a knot loosen in her chest, just a little. She tells him she's interested in the top-of-the-line sedan, the one with the premium sound system and driver assist tech. James lights up, walks her through the car's features: V8 engine, 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds, seats that massage you like a spa day. They talk for half an hour, Maya asking smart questions, James giving sharp answers, and it's good. It's real, like two pros who get each other. But then it's time to talk numbers. $90, $500, James says, pulling up the specs on his tablet. Maya nods, pulls out her checkbook, the Pinnacle Auto logo embossed on every check, and says she'll pay up front. James hesitates, just a flicker, and says, "For anything over 50 grand, I'll need manager approval, standard procedure." Maya catches the worry in his eyes, knows he's seen this go south before, but she nods, watches him head to the glass-walled office where Greg Larson sits, all slick hair and Rolex, barking into his phone like he owns the world. Through the glass, Maya sees it all. James hands over the check. Greg barely glances at it, his face twisting into something ugly, a sneer that says he's already made up his mind. He gestures sharply, voice rising, though Maya can't hear the words. James tries to explain, hands raised, but Greg cuts him off, pulls a lighter from his drawer, and yep, you guessed it, sets the check on fire, letting it curl into ash in a glass ashtray. Maya's heart slams in her chest, her breath catching as she whispers, "No." James looks gutted, his shoulders tight, but Greg just points to the door, dismissing him like he's nothing. Greg storms out, ashtray in hand, and plants it on the table in front of Maya, the ashes of her check still smoldering. "Ma'am," he says, the word dripping with condescension, "we don't tolerate fraud here. Get out before I call security." The showroom's dead silent now, salespeople frozen, customers staring, the air thick with tension. Maya keeps her voice steady, says, "That check was legitimate. From Pinnacle Auto Group, you burned it without even checking." Greg crosses his arms, smirks, says, "I've been in this game 15 years. Lady, I know a fake when I see one. This is a high-end dealership, not a playground for your little schemes." The word schemes lands like a slap, the subtext screaming, "You don't belong here." Maya's blood is boiling, but she's mastered the art of staying cool when everything inside her wants to scream. "What's your name?" she asks, voice low. "Greg Larson, general manager." He snaps, "And I'm asking you nicely to leave." She pulls out a business card, hands it to him, says, "Maybe call Pinnacle Corporate to verify that check before you dig yourself deeper." Greg tosses the card on the table, laughs, says, "Anyone can print a card, sweetheart." Then he turns to James, who's standing there, fists clenched, and barks, "Carter, you're suspended 3 days, no pay, for pushing this scam." James flinches, but Maya sees the resignation in his eyes, like he's been here before, punished for doing right. "I'll leave," Maya says, picking up her briefcase, her heels clicking on the marble floor as every eye follows her. At the door, she turns, calls out, "James, thank you for being professional. You're damn good at your job." Then she walks out into the sun, gets in her mom's old sedan, and drives away, not running, but planning, her hands gripping the wheel so tight her knuckles ache. This isn't just about her anymore. It's about James, about every customer judged by their skin, about a system that's rotten to the core. Back at Pinnacle's sleek Raleigh headquarters, Maya locks herself in her office, pulls every file on Elite Wheels sales data, complaints, HR records, everything. What she finds makes her stomach churn. Years of buried complaints from Black, Hispanic, and Asian customers, stories of being ignored, questioned, steered to cheaper cars despite perfect credit. Sales stats show white customers approved at 85%, Black customers at 32%. Employee turnover for minorities is sky high, and James Carter, a top performer for a decade, has been passed over for promotion 6 times, while less qualified white guys climb the ladder. Then there's an email from Greg, telling his team to use their instincts on who's worth their time. Code 4. Skip the wrong demographic. It's a gold mine of evidence, and Maya's building a case that'll bring the house down. She calls a meeting with Pinnacle CEO, Tom Reynolds, a decent guy who saw her potential but maybe never had to think about being followed in a store. She lays it all out: the burned check, James's suspension, the data, the emails, every ugly truth. Tom's face pales, his jaw tight, and he mutters, "How the hell did this slip through?" Maya's answer is blunt. Because Greg investigated himself and called it a misunderstanding every time. She doesn't ask for permission, she demands action. Fire Greg, audit the dealership, train the staff, and promote James to general manager. Tom hesitates, then nods, says, "You're right, let's do this today." That afternoon, Maya, Tom, and HR Director Karen Lee roll up to Elite Wheels in Black SUVs, a corporate cavalry. The receptionist, Lisa, nearly chokes on her coffee when she sees Maya, stammering, "MS. Thompson, I didn't know." Maya waves it off, heads straight for Greg's office. He's lounging, feet up, laughing into his phone until he sees them. His smug grin vanishes when Tom introduces Maya as Pinnacle's regional director. "No misunderstanding," Karen says, slapping a folder on his desk. "You've been running a discriminatory operation for years." Greg flips through the evidence, his emails, the stats, his own words, and his face crumples, like a kid caught stealing. He stammers, "It was a judgment call if I was wrong about the check." Maya cuts him off, voice like steel. "You didn't just burn my check, Greg, you burned every chance you had to do right by your people." Tom delivers the verdict. "You're done, Greg, terminated, effective now. Clear out in 30 minutes. Greg's protests fade to a whisper as security escorts him out, his Rolex glinting pathetically. The showroom watches in stunned silence, some faces shocked, others quietly satisfied. Maya gathers the staff, says, "No one else is losing their job. This isn't your fault, but it's time to change." Then she calls James forward, hands him a letter. "You're the new general manager, effective immediately, 40% raise, signing bonus, stock options." The room erupts, cheers and whistles. James's eyes brimming as he shakes her hand, whispering, "Thank you for seeing me." Fast forward a few months, and Elite Wheels is unrecognizable. James greets every customer within 2 minutes, no exceptions, hires diverse talent like Maria Gomez, a Latina vet with a knack for sales, and mentors young staff like Lisa, who's now a customer service lead. Sales jump 25%, satisfaction hits 90%, and the vibe? It's warm, welcoming, like a place where anyone can belong. Maya doesn't stop there. She backs James to buy a rundown dealership in Atlanta's West End, a black neighborhood desperate for opportunity. They name it Thompson Carter Motors, honoring Clara's legacy. At the grand opening, James cuts the ribbon with his wife and kids, while Maya watches a young couple walk in and get treated like royalty, no questions asked. 5 years later, Thompson Carter has 3 locations. James is an industry star, and Maya's running Pinnacle's Southeast region, mentoring young women of color like her mom always wanted. That glass ashtray? It's on James's desk with a plaque. A check burned here, but a dream rose from the ashes. And here's the kicker. Greg Larson's selling used cars at a lot off the highway. His ego is burned as that check, while Maya and James are building ladders for others to climb. So, what do you think? Did Greg get what he deserved, or was there another way to handle it? Have you ever seen someone judged unfairly, or maybe stood up to a system like Maya did? Drop a comment, share your story. I am all ears, and I know this community's got some thoughts. Hit that like button if this hit home, and subscribe if you're ready for more stories that don't just tell it like it is, but show what's possible when you fight for what's right.